Alright, Sid from Hunter and Chavy Investments again. This is on a Samsung dual washer, top load, bottom load. It's reading a LC1 screen. For my research, I think it's just a clogged drain. So there's two sensors to this thing. I guess one down here, one over there. So it's the soap suds probably hitting the sensors, thinking there's a leak. There's some water on the floor, and we'll take a look at that. Let's see. But from what I gather, it's just clogged. Just using too much detergent. So I'm using the HE brands, but the kids use the washer and dryer too. So I think they're overfilling it. So we'll take a look. First we're going to do is we're going to unplug this. Make this beeping noise go away. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, helped if I unlocked it. So what we're going to do is stop everything. Just try and cycle everything, so I'm just going to stop it. Pause. Off. Pause. Off. You can hear the locks being unlocked. That's one. We'll shut this off too. And then we'll unplug it. Get rid of that. So now we can open the doors. And then this door too. So there's the culprit right there. Yeah, it's all caked up there. This is the top load washer. I think my daughter must have overfilled it too. Look at this garment. I think this is supposed to be light load only. But we'll clean that up. Maybe clean that up too. Let's look at this one. Yeah. Clean some of that goop up. That will clear the code from what I gathered. You can actually see the water. See it? It's supposed to drain. It's not draining right now. See the water? That's why it's triggering off the water leak sensor. It's clogged right there. Take a towel. So what's happening is because it's not draining, it's dripping outside, and the sensor's picking up, thinking there's a flood down there. Probably what is happening. So we'll get to that in a minute. It's all cleaned up. I had an old Whirlpool Cabero. I took out the motor, the rotator motor, and it was just the detergent alone made the whole thing crust up as if there was cement on it. Crazy but true. Yeah, so you use too much, it almost becomes like cement. It made the drum not spin at all. Crazy enough. So it's kind of cruddy in there. Let's take a look. It's pretty diagnose. So like I said, that's from using too much HE detergent. We're gonna clean all that up though. With some baby wipes. Alright, if you're new to the channel, this is a finance channel. We're gonna help you save money. You fix your washer dryer today. I mean wash at least. Yeah. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. So let's see if we can get this thing out of here. So I'm gonna go wash in the sink. It's kind of crusty. Yep, there we go. I'll take one piece out at a time because I don't want to ruin things. One piece at a time. And now she will get a toothbrush. Get this all scrubbed and clean. See how these things can get clogged up. You can see how these things can get clogged up. Because you look at the hole, it's very tiny. See that? That's the drain for this detergent. That's why if that low, this gets clogged up. And I guess that's why the sensors are tripping off. So there's 3 of them: detergent, bleach, softener. So these get overspilled one way or another. It's going to trigger the sensors to go crazy. I can still see that. Yep. Let's put this back in the way we found it. Cover back. Pop this one off. So that comes off. We're going to wash this in the sink. And as we talked about, these tabs come off. There's one. It should be able to slide out, I think. 2. Let's go put this in the sink. Slide this out now. Just keep more free. Should be able to come up. No? No? It will come out, I guess. I don't want to break the tabs, you know? Let's see. I guess. Can't take it out. we'll stick a toothpick in there because, like I said, it's a smaller hole. This will reach. That's what we're working with. Looks fine. Clean that up. Let's see the good from this. This is how thick this is from the. Yeah, that's from. Just from fabric softener. Actually, I hate using fabric softener. That's how cakey it is. Doesn't really fully melt. Look. Crazy. Very caked up. Imagine the water is on the floor from this overspilling. I gathered from my research this code error is the reason for that. It's like toothpaste. No, that's the reason that most sinks clog is the toothpaste, It's nicely clean. And go in here with a little thin piece of wire to make sure that hole is open. Baby wipes. Good. Make sure that little hole can open, because this one's open. It's open. Go rinse out the other stuff. Finally, the real culprit. Star of the show. Let's give me this one. This is. Show you. It's like paste. Yeah. It's like paste. Ugh. Of course, it's not going to go through. great with this little lobster thingamajiggy. Jeez. Try to take all the water out with a towel. I was tripping off the sensors, thinking it's flooding. Really crusty. How crusty it is. Oh yeah, it's pretty bad in here. It's pretty bad. Oh my goodness. find the drainage hole for this thing. Found it. Yep. So for this one, drainage hole goes that way. So it doesn't drain in the middle, it goes that way. So relative to the washer, it goes that way direction. So there's a hole that drains that way. Okay, almost done here. I'll turn it back on. See if it clears the code. Make sure that's nice and clean over there. Clear, I mean, not clean. I think we're good. Clear here. That should do it. Right. Okay, let's put it all back together. It's gonna go in here. Good there. Close that up. It's in place. All right, so what I did was unplugged it. It's the next day. I kind of took all the pieces out, let it dry. I actually had the lid open at one point. Open up the lid, let everything else air out, dry. Make sure that's nice and clean. Up here too, that's nice and clean. And when I gather, there's two sensors on the bottom of this washer. So it's one here and one here. And I have this on, so I tilted the washer back, pushed it backwards, put some 4x4s, stacked them up so I can get underneath. Almost like working on a car. So I'll show you the sensors down here where they are. So it detects any kind of water leak that may potentially flood your house. That's a good thing. It shuts down the washer. So the sensor is in here. It's only two. It's right there. See where the red and blue wires? That's where the sensor is. So I have it tilt backwards, so any kind of water, stagnant water, is running backwards to the back of the washer. I'm actually going to go in there with some towels and, you know, wipe that up, damp it up. But there is screws that hold that in. So there's another right here, right in front of me. Another sensor here. It's being held up. I'll probably use a short Phillip head to get in there and try to get that squared away. So there's two sensors underneath there. I'm just going to take the front off. Take two Phillip heads down here. I'll show you that. One there and one there, and work on taking this off. Just clips. I took the door off. The door is just a clip. Slides right in there. Took the nozzle off. This was cut up like so. That just took it off. There's a drain if you're going to drain it yourself. This is going to come off. Just tabs to hold this in. There we go. It's out. There's clips that hold this in. Little latch. It's big. Just push the latch side to the left. That's it. Put that right there. Push that latch over. So this goes in and out. So I took these out already. So those are out. Just pop it off. Just clips. Should come out too. Just clips. Broke. Tabs right here. These tabs. Those tabs. I retrieved one of a couple of them broken in here. Get some tape. Look at these. You should be able to come right up. These clips pop right off. Plug it here. Pinch and pull. There's tabs on it. Pinch and pull. This out of the way. So here. You'll see. See it? It says a rubber band. I mean a metal bracket. Just put a flathead to it and you get it out. So these two tabs, push down, it'll pop right off. So the door is being held up by these. So I've had my son push forward and then lean this back. Let's look at the sensor. So there's the water sensor. You can see, looks like some soaps have touched that. See all that white stuff? I think it's been touched by soap suds. That looks pretty decent there. Two sensors. We'll clean up. So I took the screws off. Took the screws off the sensors. Flips that side down. Looks good. It is a little bit damp there, but I don't know why that would trigger the leak sensor. So in the back, I took out the cover for this. The screws that hold that, screw those. It's down there. Couple of screws there. The main thing that holds the top washer for the active wear is with a hex bolt here. A hex bolt here. I disconnected the drain for that. I gotta get the star wrench to get this out. But that's the hex wrench. Right there. That's the main thing that holds it up. And it should be able to so. Okay. This part's gonna come off. I need to look at the drain for the top load and see what this is all about. So because I lifted up, I give some slack here. I disconnected that one. That's for the detergent, the bleach, and the softener. Just gave some slack. Lift it straight up, and I stuck a 2x4 there so you can see what I'm doing. Keeps it elevated, and still the wires in the back are still intact. So I took the clips off on this. This pops right out. Tabs that hold this in. This comes off. Kind of twist it and went sideways. This came off. There's the detergent side. I took off the hose down there. It's hanging down there. I'm going to pour some water in here. Make sure this drains that way. Yeah. And then we can be sure everything's working, and then we'll put everything back. Put the reverse of what we did. I just poured water into it. It's not going anywhere. See, it's just stagnant. So to remove the lid on the flex washer top load, this is a sticker that's covering the screws. Phillip head, take the sticker off, take the Phillip head, the top will come off. Okay, here we go. Put everything back. Everything's back together. Let's plug it in. Okay, that's plugged in. Let's turn it on. Do a quick wash. Warm. One. Yeah. Press start. Like everything's working. Just waiting for the spin cycle to come on. While it's being rushed in. Imagine I turned the water on already. Yep, that's on. Here comes the water. Alright, you guys like this channel, go ahead and subscribe. I'll see you next time.